ladies and gentlemen, obviously it is that time. You've come here to get some education, if you will, or a little bit of nuggets. Now, keep in mind, I don't claim to know it all, and I don't have all the answers. I just share with you the things that I'm learning on an ongoing basis, right? And then it's more of adding more tools to the toolbox. So what I'm sharing with you, it's not, if you're not doing this today, you are a failure and you should quit. No, it just means, hey, here's another tool in the toolbox that I'm sharing with you, the things that I'm learning. And I genuinely keep studying every single week and preparing for Monday. So I hope that you are ready to receive, if you will. All right. So last week, obviously, was all about setting up the proper mindset because it's the first Monday of the week. Today is all about practical. So we're going to really dive into all things that come down to attracting new leads, because at the end of the day, if we are not attracting new eyes into our product, business, brand, service, whatever it is that we are offering, we are irrelevant, right? Like it doesn't matter how good of a product you have if no one knows about it. It doesn't matter how good of a community we have if no one is seeing it. That's why the biggest companies out there, whether it's Coca-Cola or Geico or Adidas, Nike, you name any company, they are continually doing what? Attracting new eyes. They are continually creating branding opportunities. They are continually creating advertising opportunities, publicity opportunities, marketing opportunities. See how there are different terms? They all mean different things and they all have different ways of doing it. But the one word that if you were to bring it together is called an omnichannel approach, meaning being everywhere in a different format for different platforms. Now, I'm not going to go all that crazy on what is omnichannel training, but I want to focus specifically in here and today on attracting new leads and converting those leads onto sales. All right. So very first thing, obviously, you got to have the right mindset when you are trying to attract new individuals. And what I mean by that, you are the magnet. You are not the chaser. You know, like you don't have to run after people. That is a lack mentality, and honestly, it repels people. So you need to be a magnet. And the very first sign of being a magnet is your confidence. See, confidence is currency. Confidence attracts. Whether it's dating, whether it's business, whether it's sales. Confidence has a huge component of your influence. Now, what creates confidence in anything? My confidence in what I do is based on how good I know it. It's like preparing for a test. The more you are prepared, meaning the more data, the more knowledge, the more information, the more practical understanding that you have, the higher your confidence is. So if you are not confident on presenting the information, that means that you don't have the proper information or you need to learn it a little bit more. That's why you have a billion-dollar worth community worth of knowledge and information, and we're here for you to assist and teach on an ongoing basis. So it's more of why people buy you before the product. It's your confidence, right? If I hear like, man, like he or she is so confident that this is the answer for anything and everything I ever wanted, we're willing to go forward with it. Now, be very careful because there's a lot of people who just lead with hype and exaggeration and masqueraded with confidence. You're going to get caught up on that one, right? So you want to make sure that it's genuine, authentic, honest knowledge of the information about the product, the service, or the community itself. Now, you also want to do what's called an energy audit. And what that means is, how is your attitude? What is your body language telling the individual that is seeing you? How is the visuals about your movie that is happening in real time, right? Do you attract or do you repel? Man, let me just tell you, it's Monday, and you know how many people right now are like, oh, it's Monday, right? Oh, I wish it was still the weekend. I don't want to work with that. I am more attracted to the confident, ready to rock, change the world, deliver, provide an impact, right? So that needs to be translated. And in many cases, we try to do a live stream, or we try to create a video and we sound like this. Hey, everybody. So the reality is I hate doing a live, but my mentor said that I need to, like, Really? That's what we're working with? We need to change that up into something more impactful, excited, and really wanting to do it, not having to do it, right? Your story is the sales tool. So if you can formulate the story itself in a relatable versus a marketable fashion, you could do amazing things. So I actually teach all the time, stop trying to be marketable, rather be relatable. Tell me your truth. You don't have to tell me your social security and what bills you're behind, but tell me your truth. Tell me that reason why. Tell me the core a reason that I need to support you, right? So that is the proper mindset for you to attract instead of you to repel. Two is making sure that you have a clear offer and avatar. Look, I'm gonna keep it real with you in here. Me and you right now can sell the best filet mignon in the world, the best steak in the world. But if we go to a region in India, like the region of Gujarat, where they do not, and like it's blasphemy to even be around steaks in that region. And while there are millions and millions of people in that region, we can be like, we can dominate this market. Does it matter how good of a steak that we have? No, it won't, because the avatar is not the right avatar for the product that we have, even if it could be such a clear offer. So you need to have a clear offer, but at the same exact time, you need to have a clear understanding of who your avatar is, a client avatar, if you will, right? Like that's got to be so crystal clear for you. So the irresistible offer is great, but it can only be as irresistible as the solution that you are clearly providing to a real problem. What does that mean? I know a gentleman that is right now trying to sell a book. He's got 30, 40, 50 years experience in business, and he's selling a book talking about, different things that not necessarily relevant to the marketplace right now. Like, I'm going to teach you how to talk to more people every single day for your business. And most people are like, okay, well, we're using, Gemini and VEO3 and AI that's doing it for us all day, every day. I don't need to talk to people verbally and personally, right? Like the product itself is not necessarily solving a real problem. Now, while the experience and the wisdom that he had over decades is extremely relevant to everybody's problem right now in the business community, but he is not presenting an irresistible offer. What is the problem that you're solving that you can formulate as an irresistible offer? Is it the fact that most people are censored in social media and you can get them to be visible? You can get them to be heard. You can put them in front of the right quality client. You can put them in front of the right investor. Those are real things that people care about. But if you were to say things like, I can get you 100 followers per week, man, who cares about followers? You know how many times we've gotten followers and it meant nothing financially. So while the offer to you in your head sounds like, man, I help people get more followers. That's great. But is it solving a real problem? So again, an irresistible offer is only as good as the solution that you're providing for a real problem. You need to understand the perfect client avatar. Not everybody's your client. I know we like to think that everybody should use this product and service. Everybody should be part of this community. Nope. If that were the case, why are you looked at to help spread the word and share this message and attract new people every single day? If it was for everybody, right? It's not. That's why you need to understand who you are speaking to. And some of the ways that I try to identify that is, who do I help? How do I help them? And what are the results that I'm willing to create for them? Who do I help? How do I help them? And what are the results that I am creating for them? Real results, not to be confident. That's not a real result. That's just a feeling. What is the real deliverable that I'm willing to get you at the end of the day? So if I do an inventory of that and I understand specifically who do I help, how do I help them in the result that I create, now I can formulate the proper language for a real problem with a real solution, and I can formulate an irresistible offer. Now, the beautiful thing for you and I, that in this community, it's all made, it's all ready. We just have to point, we just have to show a video, we just have to show a website, right? But you still need to understand the avatar part. Not everybody is the right person for your business. Heck, I had to fire people out of my life and out of my client list or colleague list or partner list just because they weren't the right people. And though I had the right offer for them, they were repelling and turning off everybody else from everything else that I have in all our community. So I had to be like, you're cut off. So making sure that you understand the right avatar is very, very important. Now, you also have to make sure that you are speaking directly to your avatar, not in general terms. How many of times we find ourselves saying things like, hey guys, now that's innocent, but every single person that we're talking to is looking from a specific singular device and watching one person at a time. So if I say, hey guys, first of all, I know myself, and my sister would call you out, be like, I'm not a guy. Don't say guy to me. But first of all, direct, hey you, hey superstar, hey amazing person, hey Adora, hey whomever you are addressing. I don't want to get into saying everybody's names because then I have to say everybody's names. But you need to be direct. You need to talk to a single individual. One of the things that I'm going to give you today is, one of the things that I want to help you with today is, one of the things that I know can give you a little bit of a boost today is, see, I'm talking to you, one person at a time, because the person that is watching and or listening is one person at a time. So don't use general sentences, but make sure that you are speaking directly to the individual. And also don't use hopefully. Don't use, they call them weak words. Like, I know for a fact that what I'm giving you right now is a great asset to help you advance your agenda, to help you advance your customer enrollments, to help you advance your lead generation. Strength, confidence, that is the currency, right? All right, let's go to the next piece. You got to make sure that you understand where is your avatar. So look, I know that I am everywhere all the time intentionally. My team and I mean, 5 times posting every single day, everywhere, emails going everywhere, doing it all everywhere. That's the omnichannel approach, right? There's a reason for that. That's what today's market is requiring and needing. You can't just put one post a day or every 3 days and hope that you're going to have any relevance in the marketplace. The world that we are living in from a business standpoint is shifting where AI is taking over everything. I cannot scream this out enough, but AI is changing everything. YouTube is building right now as we speak their own AI brain, where eventually where you start looking for how to do something, all of the collaborative data and content that has been created since 2009 in YouTube will create an answer, and it will immediately come in a form of a course by an avatar, whether you paid for it to create your avatar or just a generic avatar, where you and I no longer matter in terms of giving that answer. That's where it's heading in the future. So that's why I am everywhere all the time to monopolize as much as possible. But as you are starting, I would highly recommend that you pick 2 platforms maximum for now, unless you already have a rhythm or you have a team that's working with you. Instagram plus Facebook, for example, a great platform. 2 of them, you're hitting 2 different areas. Or LinkedIn plus email. Choose based on your avatar, right? Like you may have the right individual or audience that specifically is all into blogs, and it's all into long form pieces of copy and content to read. That's why LinkedIn and email go hand in hand. Or you may have an audience like mine, which is heavy on short form, on small bites. That's where Instagram and Facebook, and truthfully, LinkedIn as well, is turning into a short form platform, because they now have the formats of Reels. You can react, you can comment, you can scroll on LinkedIn just like you would do on the other platforms. So again, definitely at least just start with 2, but I mean hardcore focus on those 2, right? make sure that you optimize your profile. What that means is you want to make sure that your profile is a tool that attracts people, not just some diary or sticker notes, right? Some people just post random stuff every single day. One time is about the church, the next time is about a cat, the next time is about a book, the next time is about Joe and my Zoom. It's random. You need to have a specific profile optimization system. Like the bio needs to be your resume. Your bio needs to have your professional, academic, and some of the personal stuff that attract. And the reason is, and I know for a fact we've done this in shared screen, and I went over every single one of these elements. When you have, let's say, Facebook, for example, your bio is filled up appropriately, Facebook takes that information and it suggests you to other individuals who have similar data. You ever seen that list that says you may also know these people? That is based on what you're putting on your Facebook. So if your Facebook only says born in New Jersey and lives in New Jersey, Facebook is going to recommend you to some of the worst random people from New Jersey. But if you had founder, CEO, executive, whatever it is that you have in your resume, personal, academic, Facebook would recommend you to people who went to the same college as you did. Facebook would recommend you to the places that you worked in that other people may work in now or have worked in the past. So you have this point of relatability that Facebook works for you instead of wasting your time. And the same thing for every other single platform. It is 100% based on the data that you're given it. I'll tell you this, a lot of people talk about AI nowadays. Artificial intelligence is only as good as the human intelligence that is
At ME Studios, we don't just create campaigns, we build brands. Our mission is to transform your ideas into a compelling experience that resonates with your audience and elevates your brand identity. Hey there! Ever dreamt of launching your own branding campaign, but overwhelmed by all the moving parts? From concept to execution, the process can seem daunting. But don't worry, we've got you covered. Look no further. Welcome to ME Studios, your one-stop shop for all things branding. Imagine this, a place where creativity meets technology, and your branding dreams come to life. We start with pre-production. Our expert team dives into creative concept meetings, curates top-tier guests, and even puts together stunning headshots. We help you shape your vision and plan every detail meticulously. We even throw in AI-powered commercials to give you that extra edge. These commercials are designed to seamlessly integrate with your content, making your campaign not just informative, but also commercially viable. Next up, production. Picture yourself in a state-of-the-art studio with professional lighting, high-quality mics, and an inspiring atmosphere. Our studios are equipped with the latest technology to ensure your sessions are smooth and productive. We create power-packed segments split into 3 engaging parts, 15 minutes each, designed to captivate your audience. Our team ensures that each segment is filled with valuable content and keeps your audience hooked. Now, let's talk post-production. Our team meticulously edits your content, adding branded intros and outros, custom music, and flawless transitions. We take care of all the technical details so you can focus on delivering your message. We make sure your message shines brighter than ever. Our goal is to enhance your voice and make your campaign stand out in a crowded market. Finally, it's time to launch. We distribute your polished campaign across all major platforms, ensuring your campaign reaches the widest possible audience. But that's not all. We create viral reels, issue a national press release, and ensure your campaign gets the attention it deserves. Our marketing strategies are designed to maximize your reach and engagement. At ME Studios, we bring your vision to life. Our dedicated team works tirelessly to ensure your campaign is a true reflection of your brand and resonates with your audience. Your campaign, your brand, done right. We take pride in delivering high-quality, professional campaigns that make a lasting impact. Ready to make your mark? Visit themestudios.net and book your launch today. Our team is excited to help you start your branding journey. Thanks for watching, and let's get your voice out there. Together, we can create something truly special. Lee.
Artificial intelligence, man, that should be on a t-shirt, is only as good as the human intelligence that is feeding it. So your Chat GPT or Claude or whatever it is that you are using, whether you're using the free version or paying it, is only as good as the data that you're feeding it, not the prompt. The prompts are great. I'm talking specifically in here about I give my Chat GPT my favorite music. I upload my pictures. I upload things that matter to the marketplace, but I wanted to have it all. So when I say I'm about to speak to Adora Evans and I need a list of things that she and I are working on together, my Chat GPT already knows that I am part of the Diva Network and Adora Evans and I, all the things that we've worked on. I mean, it pulls it out right away and I just say change, and fix. And then I'm ready and I have all of my organized notes together. Hence, this training that's in here right now is as organized as it can be because ChatGPT knows everything about the Diva Network. It knows about my role in the Diva Network. It knows about everything that I have ever done with the Diva Network, and I give it to it and store it. Hey, remember this training that we've done for the Diva Network if I ever need it again. I can ask it right now, turn it into a PowerPoint, and just like that, it's a PowerPoint. I can ask it immediately, turn it into a commercial, and just like that, I have a prompt for NVIDIA. So AI is only as good as the HI, human intelligence, that is feeding it. So don't get caught in the I can do it for free on YouTube or ChatGPT. You still have to work on yourself and you still have to make sure that you are the point of value. It is not ChatGPT. Trust me when I tell you, we all know when you are using ChatGPT. We all know when your post is generated with ChatGPT. We all know because you forget to remove the asterisks. We all know where the emojis are. Like it's clear and evident. And that for someone like myself who knows what I know, and many of us are out there, we're like, you're not a person of value that I see myself doing business or spending money on. You're just putting a prompt and hiding behind a name, hoping to get an easy way out. Now, I'm not saying this to disrespect you. I just want you to understand there are things that attract or repel, and this is one of them. Your ChatGPT or AI is only as good as what you are feeding it. All right, let's talk about some content that converts. So stories, social media is an amazing place to build trust. Why is that? See, stories, first and foremost, is not algorithmic, meaning it doesn't matter if Kylie Jenner is posting all day, every day. I can beat her, even if she has 305 million followers on Instagram. I can go right past her. Why? Because it's chronological. So that's the first piece. The second piece is making sure that you're using it like a window to your life, a quick behind the scene view. Hey, my God, my hair is all messed up, but I wanted to let you know in about an hour, I'm going to go and do this. And this. So it's a great place to build trust where people can communicate with you via DM, where you can see who's watching your stories and communicate and saying something as simple as, thank you so much for watching my stories today. And now you're creating a dialogue. Reels is or even Google Shorts. Google Shorts are doing great for me personally. Reels or Shorts is where you can gain reach. And the reason is all social media platforms right now are fighting over short videos. They know that it's the hottest thing right now. So get into the bandwagon. You know, that's where they're pushing you. Even if you don't have followers, they'll push you to get views. They'll push you to get comments, likes, and engagements. So make sure that you are creating them. And, you know, there's a lot of us get caught up in, I have to have the perfect short or the perfect reel. Just put it out there. You know, you'll know as you know what works and what doesn't. Going live is a great tool for credibility, for depth. That's the ultimate window into my life. Hey, I'm live, as real as it gets. If I fumble and fall and get shy or whatever it may be is good or it's gooder. Podcasts is a great platform for depth and credibility. Wink. You see what I just did there? Hello, founders. Podcast is a great place for depth and credibility. That's the hottest consumed content right now. Testimonials. Look, the testimonials are a phenomenal way to create proof of sale. But just please, few pieces on that. Number one, don't put yourself in a position where you think, well, I'm not good enough, or I don't have anything to say. All right, cool. Use somebody else's story. Use somebody else's testimony. Like, hey, this is my colleague, and all of us are colleagues in this community, right? Like, hey, there is my colleague, and here are the results that they created, and we can do the same exact thing for you. But just also make sure that you're not falling into the absurd, hyperbole, exaggerated content. There's a lot of that out there, right? You want to make sure that, if you have anything that has a money in it, or income, or any like claims, if you will, is that you put a quick asterisk. Hey, these results are not typical, but are possible based on specific variables, and I'd like to be the best variable for you and help you out achieve them. Something within those lines. All right, so these are just some of the type of content, if you will, that will convert for you. Will create a little bit of better visibility than you have right now. And like one more person than you have yesterday is a win. Let's go into the next piece, attraction framework, lead generation blueprint. Now, I need you to take some notes on this one, because this is where the gold is going to start pouring onto you. So we want to pull people into our community. We don't want to chase them, because when you chase somebody, that means that somebody is running away. And man, who wants to chase? I want to have credibility and posture. I want to be seen as a personal value, not a person that I'm annoying people and convincing people and pulling them into my world, right? Like, I want them to be attracted to me, okay? So here's how that works. The very first piece is discovery. So discovery is where you hook them with value. This is where you give a freebie. This is where you put a reel, a post, something that just gets a communication started. Discovery. I want you to discover my greatness. This is why, going back to what I stated earlier, 5 posts, sometimes 10 a day everywhere on different platforms. Sometimes like there's a 45-minute training along with a blog, along with a press release, along with 10 reels, along with just all of it everywhere. Because value is what you are competing with right now. Let me rephrase that. Free value is what you're competing with right now. It isn't another coach. It isn't another seminar. It isn't another course. It's YouTube. That's where everybody's putting all of their stuff for free. But the engagement allows me to bring the person into a conversation privately, and that's where the magic is going to happen. So number one, discovery. Hook me with freebies. Hook me with value content. Hook me with, oh my God, I want more of you, right? And you got to make sure that you're putting value. Remember what I said last week? It is the quality, volume going up. Like the more I'm posting, for a consistent period of time. The consistency is simply based on doing the same exact thing every single day, over and over and over and over, regardless of a like, a comment, a share, or a view. I am going to be so consistent that you couldn't help yourself but to see me everywhere. There's a show on Netflix. It's rated R. I don't recommend it for everybody, but it has some funny parts. And there's these 2 guys who work in a garage, and they did a commercial for a mechanic garage. And it was so annoying. The owner's like, it is so annoying. He goes like, what do you mean? He goes like, I just can't get it over my head how annoying that is. It's like, mission accomplished. He's like, what do you mean? It's like, you couldn't get it over your head, could you? So what they understood is, as long as they are consistently are repeated in people's head. I mean, my kids, for crying out loud, I have to stop them from singing all the commercial lullabies when we're in the car and they're in their tablets or whatever. My son, BK, have it your way. I'm like, stop singing now. I'm like, Papa, we were watching the basketball game yesterday and it keeps coming up in commercial. I can't help myself. I'm like, but guess what? Consistency with volume repeated on the same exact time is going to create that I can't get you out of my head. So make sure that you are consistently providing volume, a lot of content over a period of time. And eventually you're not doing it for likes. You're not doing it for views. You're not doing it for feel good. You're not doing it for dopamine, if you will. You're doing it so you can get an engagement. And engagement is a like, comment, or share, whichever way that the person is going to communicate with you. That's where you would invite, and that's the second piece. So discovery, and then we have invite. Invite is to move them into a direct messenger or an opt-in if you have automation. So you want to make sure that you take the conversation private as soon as possible. And here's why. See, if I'm selling something on Main Street, right, people are walking back and forth, and then somebody walks into my store. That's when they saw a post and they engage with it, right? That's old school in a digital world. And then they ask me a question, hey, how much is this? Now, I don't want to start talking to them about price out loud and maybe making them uncomfortable or having them say out loud, this is too expensive, right? Now everybody is hearing this is too expensive. So I don't want to have those conversations in comments. I want you in private. So when you say something like this is too expensive, I would ask nicely, I appreciate that. But when you say expensive, compared to what? Because a Rolls Royce is too expensive compared to a Toyota. A private jet flight is too expensive compared to a commercial flight. Like, what are we expensive compared to what? Like, now I can educate and address the person's concern and see how I can redirect that conversation. Well, what if I were to break it down to you in a way that makes sense financially, right? Now I am in control of the conversation. So invite them to a DM or to opt in. 3, value conversation. Here's where we all trip and fall really, really bad. Don't sell, just serve. Just ask simple questions. Hey, what's important to you? And what are you willing to spend on it? And what are some of the goals that you have? And what is the pitfall? And how long you've been doing this for? How long you're willing to stay in the same circumstance for? What are you willing to spend on it? Like, all these questions is going to allow me to just answer your question. The problem is we get so excited for having one person that's listening to us that we end up doing what? Sell, 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 sell. And then as you, as me, all human behavior is the same. The defensive mechanism goes up. Uh-oh, I'm being sold. I'm being sold. Defend, defend. I'm being sold. Say things like, let me think about it. Say things like, let me pray on it. Say things like, let me talk to my wife. Say things like, let me do some due diligence. Man, who does some due diligence? Nobody. So the point that I'm trying to make is just simply serve, ask questions and serve, ask questions and serve. And he or she who is ready, and I am 100% the person who is assertive with my questions. Hey, what is the purpose of us meeting today? Is this a discovery call or is this a decision call? Are there any specific information that we need to go over before we meet? Is there any data that is relevant for, like, all of these things would lead into somebody wanting to do business with us, right? All right, so that's value conversation. I don't rush into the sale. I have a lot of conversations. And honestly, I want to invite you into my world. I don't want to feel like you're into my world because of money. If I'm making a decision because of money, I promise you it will end up being a bad, bad decision. And that's my experience of 17 plus years. Last but not least, action. That call to action, right? So the call to action is book, buy, join, and you got to read your crowd. Like, look, some people, I'm like, look, why don't we do this? Why don't you just, let me get you a recording of something just to kind of see, and then maybe we can follow up because I don't feel like you're biting just yet. Or sometimes I'll be like, look, well, from the sound of it, you have the right pieces, you just don't know how to put them together. Why don't we go ahead and start with something small at this package, maybe just $97, and just try. And then if it makes sense, we can consider moving up to the next one, right? Like, these conversations will lead the person to saying yes, yes, or yes. Please, please, please do not rush. Make sure you read your audience. This is a simple example. When I tell people business is the hardest thing that you're going to do, not because it's hard, but because we don't control or manage our emotions the proper way. We tend to just like, somebody's talking to me, sell. Take your time. Operate on abundance. Operate as if there's 20 other people that are waiting for their turn after that person to want to do business with you. So whether you use funnels, whether you DM, just don't spam, but make sure you search, make sure you communicate, make sure you serve. And that's going to build a little bit of reputation for you as well.
At ME Studios, we don't just create campaigns, we build brands. Our mission is to transform your ideas into a compelling experience that resonates with your audience and elevates your brand identity. Hey there! Ever dreamt of launching your own branding campaign, but overwhelmed by all the moving parts? From concept to execution, the process can seem daunting. But don't worry, We've got you covered. Look no further. Welcome to ME Studios, your one-stop shop for all things branding. Imagine this, a place where creativity meets technology and your branding dreams come to life. We start with pre-production. Our expert team dives into creative concept meetings, curates top-tier guests, and even puts together stunning headshots. We help you shape your vision and plan every detail meticulously. We even throw in AI-powered commercials to give you that extra edge. These commercials are designed to seamlessly integrate with your content, making your campaign not just informative, but also commercially viable. Next up, production. Picture yourself in a state-of-the-art studio with professional lighting, high-quality mics, and an inspiring atmosphere. Our studios are equipped with the latest technology to ensure your sessions are smooth and productive. We create power-packed segments split into 3 engaging parts, 15 minutes each, designed to captivate your audience. Our team ensures that each segment is filled with valuable content and keeps your audience hooked. Now, let's talk post-production. Our team meticulously edits your content, adding branded intros and outros, custom music, and flawless transitions. We take care of all the technical details so you can focus on delivering your message. We make sure your message shines brighter than ever. Our goal is to enhance your voice and make your campaign stand out in a crowded market. Finally, it's time to launch. We distribute your polished campaign across all major platforms, ensuring your campaign reaches the widest possible audience. But that's not all. We create viral reels, issue a national press release, and ensure your campaign gets the attention it deserves. Our marketing strategies are designed to maximize your reach and engagement. At ME Studios, we bring your vision to life. Our dedicated team works tirelessly to ensure your campaign is a true reflection of your brand and resonates with your audience. Your campaign, your brand, done right. We take pride in delivering high-quality, professional campaigns that make a lasting impact. Ready to make your mark? Visit themestudios.net and book your launch today. Our team is excited to help you start your branding journey. Thanks for watching, and let's get your voice out there. Together, we can create something truly special.
Number 5 is the conversion mastery. Now, keep in mind, mastery is an interesting word. You know, like I want to master something. I want to be the master of something. Last week I've mentioned it, and I'm going to mention it again. Myron Golden had a video that somebody asked him, how do you master something? He goes like, what is mastery? That's such an interesting word. Mastery is when you simply are able to do something subconsciously that once upon a time you struggled, like tying your shoes. Remember when we were children and we were getting so mad? We're holding both sides and we don't know what we're doing, right? Like that was so hard for us. But now you could tie your shoes in the dark. You could tie your shoes while you're looking aside and talking to somebody. That's mastery. But it takes a long time of repetitive behavior every single day, again and again and again and again and again. Although you are so much older, you're still, if I were to give you cleats for soccer, tying those cleats are different. If you were to play basketball, tying those basketball shoes are different than your regular dress shoes, right? So again, what is mastery? Here's what I will tell you on this regards of sales. Remember the 80-20 sales flow. That means that 80% of the time you're just connecting with people, but 20% of the time you're directing them to a call to action. So you have to kind of understand who is in the 80% and who's in the 20%. So 80% of the time I'm just connecting with people. So this is what I talked to you about you since the very first day we started doing this together. I aim for 30 plus connections a day, not sales. I just want to talk to 30 people a day, whether it's to reconnect or brand new people, but I am just talking to 30 people minimum a day. And don't make your minimums your maximum. You can go for more, but by default, somebody's going to say, hey, what's that thing that you were sharing last week? Or what's that event that you're inviting people to? Or where were you traveling? Or what was that networking thing that you're doing? It's automatically going to create sales opportunities. And that's where you redirect. Well, what are you doing tomorrow at 8? Or, hey, why don't I send you something to check out? Or why don't we jump on a Zoom real quick? That is 80% connection, 20% direction. When it comes to objections, and this is where we think, oh my God, gloves on, let's fight. Objections are simply opportunities. Objections are not, blockages. They're just opportunities. It's just where the person tells you, I don't understand something. If you help me understand it, I'll give you my money. Or, hey, here's the problem that I have. If you fix this one problem, I'll give you my money. So that's where you have to welcome objections. I'm so grateful when somebody tells me their objection. I'm like, well, first of all, I just want to say I appreciate you allowing me to understand what's stopping us from doing business together, and I'll be more than glad to figure it out together. Like that right there is an opportunity. But most of us try to fight in an objection. I heard somebody that, it was an NFT project, and they were like, well, how do I know these NFTs are valuable? And the person said, how do I know that your money in the bank right now is valuable? And I'm like, oh my God, stop it. Why are you fighting? The person is just telling you, I don't understand what is an NFT. I don't understand the legitimacy of them. Help me understand that, and I'll give you my money, right? So objections are opportunities, not, fighting circumstances. Urgency without pressure. What does that mean? Hey, look, I definitely want to get this party started, but I got 2 other companies that I'm considering to work with, and I'm not trying to enforce any FOMO, but if we really are going to do this, I just need us to make a decision by end of business day Friday. And if we have to move things to start until Monday, I'm okay with that, but I need some commitment by Friday. Is that okay with you? Right? Like that is, the genuine approach of urgency. Sometimes we're like, hey, this price is only until 5 o'clock. Otherwise, it's going to go to $5,000 from $300. And we're like, oh, you'll still take my business if I come to you the following day, and what happens is, hey, I'm going to honor it for you tomorrow. Then that was never no FOMO. Now you lost credibility in my book, and probably if you ever have another FOMO again, I'm like, yeah, you're gonna honor it anyways. All right, number 6 is tools and automation to scale. So I'd recommend to consider a CRM system, but at the very least, just make sure you use an Excel spreadsheet where, you're tracking who you're talking to and what was the outcome and what is the next call to action and so on and so forth. Make sure that the links that are in our bios in social media are updated. You can use Linktree. Most people use Linktree, where you can put multiple links for everything that you have going on, but just make sure that it's updated. So when you are communicating with individuals, social media, or somebody stumbles into your bio, they click on that link tree and they can see a presentation, they can see an offer, they can see something of value that can bring them into the next step. Autoresponders are phenomenal. Email nurturing sequences are phenomenal. Usually any and all CRMs, for the most part, they have them. Making sure that you use batching contents like Canva is a great tool for that. What Canva allows you to do now is you can create a brand, and then you can put a prompt based on your brand, and then you can create a lot of captions. You can create a lot of branded quotes. You can create infographics and so much more. You can schedule it with other platforms as well. But again, training for another day. I'm just kind of giving you some added bonuses and tools. Number 7 in this piece right here is you want to make sure that again, we talked last week about having an accountability partner. Now I'm going to tell you about making sure that you have somebody that you role play with. And what I mean by that, somebody that you can just DM conversations with and, just go back and forth. Hey, just play as if you are a prospect or play as a connection and just go back and forth. I'd rather you give somebody a hard time or they give you a hard time in a comical way, but you're learning about your approach versus messing up a relationship with somebody that could be a difference maker for you in your life and in your business. Your offer pitch needs to be less than 30 seconds. See, I'll tell you mine outside of Diva Network. And when people ask me, what do? I help struggling entrepreneurs to leverage social media in a digital space to create brand equity and revenue. So who do I help? Struggling entrepreneurs. How do I help them leverage social media in a digital space? To what result? Create brand equity and revenue. It's less than 30 seconds, right to the point. Everybody knows. as an individual they hear, because if you're making $1 million but can't get to 10, you're a struggling entrepreneur. Or if you've never made a dime online, you're a struggling entrepreneur. Social media in the digital space, there's nothing more relevant in the marketplace today than that. So I know my tools and the how are relevant. And last but not least, to create brand equity and revenue. You ask any C-level in any company, that's what they want. So you need to identify that 36-second power delivery for you. Again, who do you help? How do you help them in the results that you create? Objection role play with whomever that you're working with right now. Hey, throw an objection at me and see how you overcome it. Man, those are fun, by the way, because you don't think about certain things until they hit you. Well, let's talk about it. It's too expensive, my personal favorite. It's too expensive compared to what, right? I love to say that all the time. I don't have time. Well, what did I ask you to do that requires you to give up your time? Like, just, by the way, the best way to overcome an objection is just to genuinely, kindly, and nicely ask a question about that very same thing. My wife won't let me. Well, may I just ask, won't let you do what? Like, you will be surprised, because the objection is never the actual objection, but it's the facade that's hiding the real reason the person is not willing to do business with you. And my job, my responsibility, my role is to figure out the real reason, so we either move forward or I move on. And either way, I'm okay. But I don't want to get stuck in this whole way of, you're interested, you're not interested, you're interested, you're not interested. Okay, I'm going to give you this. No, I just want to know we're moving forward and we're moving on in a nice, genuine, kind way. And trust when I tell you, every one of the people that you're talking to, they are feeling the real, genuine, or fake or phony emotions. Everybody's got spidey senses. So just make sure you are genuine. Here are some weekly action plans for you. We usually like to give these. Make sure you create 3 posts per week. 1 value, 1 story, and 1 call to action. 1 value, 1 story, and 1 call to action. Make sure that you have, at the very least, 10 new conversations a day, but 30 connection points every single day. Happy birthday is a connection point. Nice picture, a comment, anything that creates an engagement and a communication and a dialogue with another human being is a connection. So 30 a day, but 10 new conversations a day. Do a live, or even if it's pre-recorded and then you want to drop it solo or with a collaboration. Those are great to showcase your knowledge. And when you say, well, what am I going to talk about? Everything that I just gave you, it's yours. You don't have to give me credit. Just go online and, my goodness, I just learned, right? The Invest, Learn, Teach, ILT that I learned from Ray Hignan. I is for invest. You just invested the last 50 minutes with me. Learn, I hope you learn a thing or two, and then teach. That is what you are to do right now, because that's where you become the point of value, and that's what creates engagements, comments, and God willing, into opportunities for you to generate some sales as well. Track follow-ups and conversions every single week. See, it's a numbers game, man. If you know specifically the averages, right? Like, what is my percentage from lead to prospect? What is my percentage from prospect to client or enrollment or member or so on and so forth? You can project and predict your future. You can literally say, okay, last week I spoke to 150 people. I enrolled 15. That means that my lead to sale is 15%. Cool. What if I turn it into 1,000 people that we talk to or engage with or attract? That means I will have 150 people next week doing exactly what I just did right now. That's how you are able to create projections. So don't make a mistake by just, randomly just talking, like track. It's data.
At ME Studios, we don't just create campaigns, we build brands. Our mission is to transform your ideas into a compelling experience that resonates with your audience and elevates your brand identity. Hey there! Ever dreamt of launching your own branding campaign, but overwhelmed by all the moving parts? From concept to execution, the process can seem daunting. But don't worry, we've got you covered. Look no further. Welcome to ME Studios, your one-stop shop for all things branding. Imagine this, a place where creativity meets technology, and your branding dreams come to life. We start with pre-production. Our expert team dives into creative concept meetings, curates top-tier guests, and even puts together stunning headshots. We help you shape your vision and plan every detail meticulously. We even throw in AI-powered commercials to give you that extra edge. These commercials are designed to seamlessly integrate with your content, making your campaign not just informative, but also commercially viable. Next up, production. Picture yourself in a state-of-the-art studio with professional lighting, high-quality mics, and an inspiring atmosphere. Our studios are equipped with the latest technology to ensure your sessions are smooth and productive. We create power-packed segments split into 3 engaging parts, 15 minutes each, designed to captivate your audience. Our team ensures that each segment is filled with valuable content and keeps your audience hooked. Now, let's talk post-production. Our team meticulously edits your content, adding branded intros and outros, custom music, and flawless transitions. We take care of all the technical details so you can focus on delivering your message. We make sure your message shines brighter than ever. Our goal is to enhance your voice and make your campaign stand out in a crowded market. Finally, it's time to launch. We distribute your polished campaign across all major platforms, ensuring your campaign reaches the widest possible audience. But that's not all. We create viral reels, issue a national press release, and ensure your campaign gets the attention it deserves. Our marketing strategies are designed to maximize your reach and engagement. At ME Studios, we bring your vision to life. Our dedicated team works tirelessly to ensure your campaign is a true reflection of your brand and resonates with your audience. Your campaign, your brand, done right. We take pride in delivering high-quality, professional campaigns that make a lasting impact. Ready to make your mark? Visit themestudios.net and book your launch today. Our team is excited to help you start your branding journey. Thanks for watching, and let's get your voice out there. Together, we can create something truly special. Lee.